Hello, hello. Welcome to Level Up Stress Down. I'm your girl here, Nia, and this is episode 3 of Under the Curve. So, what is under the curve? It's basically because I have lost over 120 pounds between the bariatric surgery and then it was some years later, then it was Wegovy, and then it was Zepbound, and so I've been maintaining for some years now, and I have loose skin, and decided I wanted to get Lipo 360 with the fat transfer, and so I've been planning this for years, and we are here. So I am hoping that these episodes, if you are thinking about possibly having some type of surgery or a cosmetic surgery, that this will help you on your own journey. So, but today, what I wanted to talk about, because where I'm at in my journey right now is this week, I do have my medical clearance lab. So that's like your complete blood counts and testing of hemo levels and all of that is coming up. And so that will determine if I will be cleared for surgery, which is scheduled in the next few weeks of life. So, um, what I did do, and will I make it? We don't know. I don't know. But what I decided to do was about 3 weeks ago, I think before I started traveling, um, I decided to go to like a Quest Lab and just to kind of see where my levels were at. So I'm sharing this because I don't want you all to be like Bob. In this case, I'm Bob. Do not do what I'm doing, because now I'm having to do the extreme of take all of my liquid iron and Floridex and all of that multiple times a day, which can give a risk. And I'm not a medical professional. I don't have anything licensed with that. So this is just my little opinion, and that's all I'm sharing. So, um, but don't be like me. I've been knowing for a very long time that I was having surgery. There's no reason that I shouldn't have been. I do take iron anyway, but I wasn't taking it like daily and like I'm supposed to. Honestly, I probably was taking it maybe about 4 or 5 times out of the week, but I've had enough time that I could have been taking it maybe twice or 3 times a week to build my reserves up. So what I decided to do 3 weeks ago was go to a Quest Lab, and pay for those, and I did my complete blood count. Now, when I do go to do my labs this week, it's with my primary care physician and my clinical team. But I wanted to just see where my levels were at. And so for surgery, they need to be at 11, at least 11, which I'm also doing a cell server, which I'll have that save that for another day. But basically, what that is, long story short, it's because you lose so much blood during surgery, it cleans your blood, takes your blood, cleans your blood, filters your blood, and then puts it back into your body to help speed up your recovery. And so I was doing that anyway. But your surgery, your levels are supposed to be at 11, at least 11. The higher, the better. So between 11 and 15 or 16, I can't remember, but at least 11. So I wanted to kind of just see where my levels was at, because honestly, I assumed, don't assume anything. I assumed they were probably like 11 or 12 or whatever the case was. Wrong. They're at 10, 10.0. And I was so shocked because this was only 3 weeks ago. Well, at that time, I was going to have like a little over a month to build my levels up, because I need to get them to 11. And if not, my surgery definitely will be canceled. And if we have to cancel it, we have to cancel it, because at the end of the day, I do want to be safe and I want to live. So I want to enjoy. So yeah, that's fine if we have to. But the point of it is, I could have been doing this for a very long time. And so I assumed, and I assumed wrong. So please don't be like me and do that. Do not do that. So if you decide that, so point is, if you do decide to have any type of cosmetic surgery or fat removal, anything, the moment that you think about that and you're really going to do that, go get your levels tested then. Before you even, that's my suggestion, before you even set a schedule or time or put your deposit down or pay it or make any payments towards it or pay it off in full or however you want to do it, go get your levels checked to see where you are before you do that. So Now, currently, here it is. 3 weeks ago, my levels are at 10. Oh, goodness. So, what has happened since then? Well, I've been eating everything that I possibly can, far as iron, rich protein, and absorb vitamin C. So, but let's say what I wanted to say is, why does our iron levels even matter for Lipo 360 with the fat transfer or any cosmetic surgery at that point? Um, I feel like before we can even talk about curves and shaping or recovery, we have to talk about what literally makes or break your surgery, which is your iron and your hemoglobin levels. For Lipo 360 and the fat transfer, your body needs strong blood, strong oxygen, and that helps with your healing faster. So here's why. First off, I would say you definitely will lose a lot of blood during your surgery. It's just what it is. That's normal. You're gonna lose a lot of blood, but that is normal. But if your iron or your hemoglobin is already low, then you don't have enough like backup. Like your reserve is already low, so you are already starting at ground zero and pretty much negative if it's already low. Um, and so that's why a lot of the surgeries actually get canceled at pre-op. It's because a lot of people are not aware that their levels are as low. They assumed, probably like myself, assume, and then you have to get canceled. So, secondly, iron is what your body uses to build hemoglobin, and hemoglobin is what carries the oxygen to your tissues. So, let's say that again. Iron is what your body uses to build hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is what carries the oxygen to your tissues. Again, I'm not a medical professional, so don't say, well, Nia said, no, I'm just telling you, I'm just sharing, okay? So, but after surgery, oxygen is what is pretty much like your best friend. Of course, we need it to breathe, but it really is your best friend because it helps to your incisions heal. It helps reduce like the risk of infection, and it boosts your energy so that you can walk, so that you can breathe deeply, so that you can heal. So you really do need it. Another thing is that, and this is big for fat transfer or cosmetic surgery of any sort, is, and definitely for fat transfer, but your new fat cells, they need oxygen. Otherwise, they're not going to survive. So if you don't have the oxygen, then your newly fat transfer cells are not going to make it. So you just did all that for absolutely nothing. Wasted your money, your time, and your energy, and then you're sitting there hurting, and you ain't got nothing to show for it. Do not do that. So low iron basically means low oxygen, which means more fat will die off, okay, instead of taking and actually surviving. So, good iron levels actually support better and longer lasting results. And also, if your hemoglobin is low, your anesthesia definitely is dangerous. You don't want to play when it comes to that. Your heart and your blood pressure is already working super hard because you're under anesthesia. And the low iron actually puts strain on your system. So when your surgeon actually, and you have to, oh, somebody is sending a message. Okay. So when your surgeon actually asks for like a certain hemoglobin level, it's not a suggestion. It's really because it's safety, it's healing, and it's all the results in one. So you have to really adhere to that. Don't take it as this is what they're just saying it for reasons. No, there's science. It's science behind it. Okay. So if you're getting ready for surgery, then I would say this is the time to definitely focus on iron-rich foods, iron-rich juices, and whatever your doctor recommends. So your body deserves to be strong before you definitely go under. Okay. Um, if you're not sure of what some of the things that you need to eat, I would reach out to your primary care physician, or if you have a nutritionist or dietitian, which I do. I reached out to, of course, my team. My team is my clinical team, which is my PCP. Um, I still time to time talk to my bariatrics surgeon team. Not that often, but they are involved. Um, and then my dietitian as well. Um, because I wanted to understand. I thought that I understood the what I needed to eat and a lot of that. So and then plus you have to do your own research too. So educate yourself on the things that you need to eat that's good for your body that is going to help you. So what I have definitely been focused, I mean, I drink a whole lot of water anyway. Daily I've been focusing on my water. I normally just drink water for the most part outside of the protein coffee in the morning. I have for the last few weeks cut back a little bit on the protein coffee, the coffee side of it, not necessarily protein at all, but definitely the coffee side because the coffee kind of you still can drink coffee while you're taking the iron. You just have to be strategic about it and the timing about it because you don't want to take it's good to take like your iron pills or your iron liquid on an empty stomach before you eat and helps the absorption rate. So what I've been doing was I switched over to liquid. So I've been taking like the Floridex and then the blood builder, which is that one is nasty as a liquid, but I take it anyway. And then I've been taking it with what I showed in a different video with the beet juice cocktail, which is simply the beet juice, orange juice, and I've switched over to high pulp. I do not like high pulp whatsoever, but high pulp is better. It's higher vitamin C, so I've definitely switched over to high pulp, the Pedialyte, and the pineapple juice. So each morning, as soon when I wake up about 5 something, I go ahead. That's the first thing that I do. I take all of that, drinking it with that, and um, the liquid vitamin C as well. And then I'm taking that right now about 3 times a day. And I make sure that I space it out between the time that I eat. So I'm probably taking it about, well, I don't eat that early. So at 5 something, I'll take the first. And then I usually, if I do want protein coffee, then I will wait till probably about 9. But in that time between 5 and 9, that I'm drinking quite a bit of water. And so then after 9, I'll either eat what I've been eating lately is like the chicken sausage, the spinach because that's good. So I've been focusing on the iron, the protein, and the vitamin C and all together. So I've been doing chicken sausage for protein, iron for and cooked iron, which you can eat raw or cooked, but cooked is I think it's more oxalated, so it's a little more iron rich, and then making sure I cook it in the the iron cast skillet, which helps your iron um, levels as well. And then also like with either a cutie or an apple. So I've been doing that along with the beetroot juice cocktail. So that's been my breakfast. And then for lunch, I'll have like cooked beef tips. So I've been just with the beef tips and then like the mixed vegetables and broccoli. And then there I'll have a cutie as well. And then for dinner, I'll still probably if I'm really not hungry, then I will do a protein shake. But again, I try to do the beef tips, so I kind of eat that multiple times a day. And then of course the cuties have been my to go to snack because they're high in vitamin C as well, and then just the water. And so I've been doing that for the last few weeks or so. So we are gonna see what happens. I really don't have no clue. Will I make it? I don't know. I sure hope so because we've definitely been prepared. But in the event that it's not, I just will reschedule because I will not jeopardize my health just for something that I want to do. So, and neither will my surgeon as well. So, alrighty, guys. Well, I hope this has been a help. This was a little bit longer than I anticipated it to be. I just wanted it to be a short video, but this is Under the Curve, episode 3 on why your iron levels matter for Lipo 360 with a fat transfer or any cosmetic surgery at that point. But thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And welcome to Level Up Stress Down. I am your girl, Nia, and I'll see you soon. And remember to be kind to others, because you never know what somebody is going through. And you may just be that one person that was so sweet to them, and that may be just what they needed. So remember to be kind to people and just show love, y'all. All right. Take care.